What up, Matthew? How are you, good sir?
I'm losing my temper.
Mom has internet. Let's go. You watching me on your phone? Sorry I didn't text you, but you said don't text you until after the weekend. Computer arrives Saturday. Okay. Hell yeah, internet, dude. Let's go. At least she can be on her cell phone on the Wi-Fi and not use up all her, like, mobile data. Commander, the cleric is lying on the riverbank. The sand is soaked with blood. Save Melissa. At least you can watch? Hell yeah, dude. Are you on the tablet or your cell phone? What happened to you? The village, so beautiful, so peaceful, so many people living here. You're on your phone, okay. But something has been worrying me since the day I came here. I couldn't stop thinking about all the strange rituals in the grove and the weird conversations about firstborns being doomed to die. I tried not to think too much about it. If the villagers were not willing to embrace the faith of Erastil, I didn't want to appear judgmental. But I was wrong. I should have trusted my instincts. There's great evil at work in the village. When Melissa and I decided to get married, she told me that she wanted to do it under the rites of Erastil. I hadn't asked her to do that, but she had already made up her mind. It was entirely her decision. She asked me not to tell Markle about it, and when we tried to keep things quiet, but he found out about it anyway. Well, he grew more and more gloomy with every passing day. I did not understand what was going on until Melissa finally told me the truth, something that everyone else in the village knew except for me. Locals perform their wedding rites upstream from the isle on the boat. The bride is supposed to take off her wreath and send it floating down the stream, and while she recites a horrible, profane oath that I do not wish to repeat. You see, when she gives away her wreath, she also promises to give her firstborn to the river, body, mind, and soul. It may not happen right away, it may take years, but in the end, the river always takes what belongs to it. And Markle, he is a few minutes older than Melissa. Do you see? The people of Chili Creek believe they worship the river, but these rites are not druidic in nature. They are not rituals of the green faith or the cultic practices of some minor deity. No, this is a malevolent force. Whatever it is, it has a physical presence in the world. Markle has lost his mind. His parents swore to give him to this monster, and now it has deprived him of his sanity. He took Melissa to the Isle. That's probably where the monster lives and where the sacrifices are made. This village lies on the border of the World Wound, and it is not protected by wardstones. The villagers were so proud that the river protected it from the demons, but it seems the protection was nothing more than one monster's attempt to keep other monsters away from its hunting ground. So the locals sacrifice their firstborns to the river, and the bridal wreath is part of that ritual. Not exactly. The locals are distant people. Distant, decent people. They don't kill their children with their own hands. The wreath is a sign of obedience. The future parents agree that the river can take their firstborns whenever it wants. It has the right to take their bodies or their minds. It can summon them at any time and demand services of them, and sometimes the river exercises this right. There's more. Markle was the firstborn, the older twin. When he did this to me, he wasn't himself anymore. I believe that the river took control of him. Whatever monsters the locals worship has been controlling his thoughts and actions. What must I do to save Melissa? Markle took her to Pikefin. It's an isle in the middle of the river. You can see it from here. Indeed, if you look close, you can see a small rocky isle partially obscured by the river mist. Something drove him insane. The evil has controlled the village for all these years. It lives on that isle. Take one of the boats from the village and set her free. You're gravely wounded. Who did this to you? Markle wounded me. He threw me into the river. I guess he thought I drowned, but somehow I made it back to shore. Perhaps it was the old Deadeye himself who helped me, so that I could speak with you. Markle, but this isn't his fault. He hasn't been himself. The evil of the river has driven him insane. He must be stopped at all costs. But if you can, if it's at all possible, try to save him. You need help. No, it's too late for me. I can already hear Erastel's hunting horn. My god is waiting for me. All I ask is that you save my wife. My journey through this world, my journey is over. All right, bye. The cleric's breathing is shallow and ragged. He passes away to his god, Sag. Well, rip.
No one stands in my way.
I'm not a bird. Shit.
You've crossed the wrong line.
All they took from me, I'll take back.
Move out.
You won't survive me.
None shall escape!
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
Endure this!
I will resist!
Die!
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Make every strike count.
Prepare yourself!
Let's hear you cry. Head on!
All right. What is more dangerous, the unpredictability of nature or the hostile intentions of another? The malevolent force hiding on the isle and as a wild, volatile, and ruthless as the natural world. But it also has a cunning intelligence, a devious and vindictive desire to keep away unwanted visitors. As soon as the commander reaches for the oars, the water around the boats turns into a thick sheet of ice that freezes the vessel in place. I will break the ice with my weapons. The ice is strong, but metal is stronger. After a good deal of slashing and hacking, the boat is finally free. The commander sets off from the shore, the small rocky isle, but his journey does not go unnoticed, and it seems someone on the isle does not like uninvited guests. Suddenly, the mist rises from the surface of the river, and the river thickens into a dense cloud of fog. It blinds the commander and obscures his surroundings. Where's the shore? Where's the isle? The fog is so thick that the commander cannot see the oars he's holding in his hands. Dip my hand into the water and pay close attention to the current. The flow of the river will reveal the directions. Those who have experience on the water do not navigate solely by sight. They can feel the current beneath the vessel, just as the runner feels the land beneath their feet. The commander steers the boat forward with confidence, as he knows he has set the right course. A slight breeze begins to dissipate the fog. The boat is headed straight towards the isle, and it will not be long before the commander reaches the pike fin. The rocky isle is desolate and bare. Blue-gray lichen and a few sparse, straggling weeds are all that survive on its black rocky shore. Further inland, the entrance to a cave gapes open like a toothless mouth. Like a toothy maw. Suddenly, a violent gust of wind sweeps out from the entrance of the cave towards the river. The water, which was calm only moments ago, begins to swell into massive foaming waves that threaten to smash the boat against the boulders along the coast. Throw an anchor towards the coast and attempt to latch onto the rocky shore. The anchor catches hold of the black rocks along the shore, the rope goes taut, and the commander is able to safely disembark. The moment the boat touches the shore, the storm subsides and as suddenly as it started. It is hard to believe that only moments ago this calm, lazy river was a maelstrom of raging waves and rushing currents. The air is still and peaceful, and the howling gales and roaring winds have completely subsided. The isle looks calm, but so did the river. Looks can be deceiving. The lichen-covered black boulders along the shore do not look as if they had ever been disturbed. It would be easy to assume that the isle is uninhabited. There are no bones, no trace of any rituals. But after moving further, the commander sees Markle's boat. It has been carefully pulled up into the shore beyond the reach of the waves. Noises can be heard from within the cave ahead. There's a shrill, angry voice followed by the sound of a woman's scream. That female-sounding scream, that was me.
I had a little headache.
I'm shocked. I would not have been able to tell that you have a headache because miraculously all my jokes are hilarious today. Hey, Mom. Cappy has a headache. Should she take headache meds?
No.
Cappy's refusing. Mom said yes. Mom said yes, you have to take headache meds.
That bitch. Fine.
Haha, got her.
Take some dose.
I lead. You follow.
Oh, what?
I mean, she's so pretty.
Yeah, oh, yes, your mom is so pretty.
I finished here. Is there more? I sense something.
Pay attention.
The struggles never cease. I'm glad I was useful to you. I finished here. Is there more? I'm trusting you. I finished here.
Battles
more?
await.
I'm glad I was useful to you. Something is not right here. I finished here. Is there more? I finished here. Is there more? I'm glad I was useful to you. I finished here. Is there more?
So many traps, dude. Jeez. Loretta. The cave is cold and dark. The ground is covered in fog, and an icy current of air flows towards you from the depths of the cave. The water drips from the ceiling, and a dim lantern casts grotesque shadows on the walls. All these years we've been worshipping the three of you, and all our prayers to the icy rill, all our sacrifices, oh gods, and our children. It's been you this whole time? And what's so wrong with us, child? We do not wish to bring any harm to you or your brother, but unfortunately you have not given us what we are owed. Deliver to the river what is rightfully hers, and both of you can leave in peace. You're always too soft, Levixia. Do what you're told, lass. Hand over the wreath or face the consequences. You won't escape us. You can run, but you can't hide. My sisters, do you hear me? Do you know what is destined to happen must happen? Look who has arrived. This is the one whose face was revealed to us in the dark waters. He's arrived already. Well, this is a surprise. We dislike uninvited guests, but you are clearly strong, agile, and smart. We appreciate those qualities in a person. Very well. Since you are here, you might as well come in. Who are you? Who are we? Perhaps we are the waves in the river or the fish in the deep. Perhaps we are the mist on the water. Are we solid ice or a raging storm? Why do you ask this question when you already know the answers? Haven't we already met between the two shores? My sister is wise, but she likes to speak in riddles. What are the three maidens of the river? Wait, we are the three maidens of the river, generous to those on the water and revered by those on land. We fill nets with fish, we keep the filth of the abyss away from the people, and we ask very little in exchange. Ungrateful mortals. We do everything for them, and what do we get in return? Nothing. Instead of being thankful for our protection, these ingrates have started praying to some old bowman. Melissa, are you alright? Commander, Erastil be praised. Those things drove Markle crazy and made him kill my husband. I don't understand what they want. Please save us. So you praise the old stag now, ungrateful child. Who's kept you fed and protected you from every danger? Did your mother worship the old hunter? How about your grandmother or your grandmother before her? Did they offer him praise? I think not. A little village with important traditions, old traditions that are honored and respected by everyone. Now, why does that sound familiar? Markle, what's wrong with you? She reaches down to give the man at her feet a pat on the head. He's absolutely fine. He is a good boy, an obedient boy. He respects his elders, never talks back, and has respect for his mother River. Is that so? His face is contorted in pain. You can see the desperation in his eyes as he struggles against the power that has seized control of his mind. Help me, save my sister. From me, the river always takes what belongs to her. So you've been deceiving the villagers. They think they worship a river, but they have no clue they're actually offering sacrifices to 3 hags. Is this deceit? They pray to the river. Are we not the embodiment of the river? They make sacrifices. Do we not accept them? And when they ask for help, do we not help? Well, there's gratitude for you, mortals. Pfft. We stay awake all night out of concern for their well-being. We fend off demons so they can feel safe, but instead of appreciating our efforts, they call us liars. If it was up to me, You shouldn't insult us like that. We find your accusations offensive. We are not mortal tricksters pretending to be gods. We are one with the river. The villagers have agreed to pay the price for our help. We offered them a fair bargain. The stupid girl decided to cheat us. If anyone here has fallen victim to deception, it's us. What did you do to Markle? How have you managed to take control of his mind? How does the river control a leaf that falls into the stream? How does the sky control the fog that rolls in off the water? We didn't do anything. We didn't have to. He's the firstborn, and that means he belongs to us. In fact, he was promised to us before he was born. We kept him alive because we thought he might be useful, and we were right. The river is patient. She does not need to hurry. She can take whatever belongs to her whenever she wants. That's right. He belongs to us before he was even born. He'll do whatever we tell him. Sorry. Markle, resist them. Don't let them control you. You must be strong for your sister. My sister. I shouldn't let them. Wait, what's going on? Are you trying to rebel against us, boy? Don't forget, you will belong to us for as long as you live. You cannot get rid of us no matter how hard you try. We just have to say a word and you will be under our control. You hear a disgusting crunch as Markle smacks the rock against the hag's arm. The hag shrieks and lashes out against the man, dealing a powerful blow that causes him to fall to the floor unconscious. Kill them, sisters. No one leaves this place alive.
To pieces!
Held. Nice.
Run them through!
Got her. 450 stream wash streak? Jesus. Good lord, bro.
You've crossed the wrong line. Did you see that?
Desna, guide my hand.
I was never good at stealth, but I'll try.
Out of my way!
I'll try.
Yeah. Okay, Melissa and Markle got out of there.
Move out!
Think anything else good? I got... What is this? Hag's Demise. The cloth grants its wearer +4 bonus on saving throws against hexes and necromancy spells. Quarterstaff +4. Ring of Protection 4. Everybody here has that. Natural Armor +4. Everybody has that or better. What is this? +5 natural armor enhancement bonus. It also grants +2 to your highest ability score. That's right. Nice. Alright. We also leveled. So let's do that. Level 18, let's go. Running out of stuff to get. Let's get Iron Will. Paladin. Alright, so what are we getting here? She has another Mercy. Let's get rid of Fatigued. Zen Archer. A Key Power. All of these are active. Yeah, combat mobility. Sure, let's go with that. Sounds good. Which one is trickery? Trickery is lockpicking. Yeah, let's go trickery. Skill focus, trickery. So she'll get a +6 to that. Griffin shifter.
Please, allow me.
So what is her trickery now? +45. Jesus. Alright.
Head on!
Alright, Kang, you gotta wait for everybody else. I get that you're lightning fast, but sometimes that works against you. Thank you for saving us from the monsters. I didn't think I was going to survive, and Markle, I thought I'd lost him forever. Sister, forgive me. I have no excuse for my actions. It's not your fault. I guess those hags were controlling your mind, weren't they? They would never have ensnared me if I hadn't been such an easy target. I really did not like Jerna. I was against your marriage, and the hags used that to control me. I don't know if I'll ever be able to really forgive you, but you are the only family I have now. Did you tell the villagers the truth? Do they know that they've been worshipping hags this whole time? I did, but they don't believe me. They don't want to believe the truth. They say it must have been a nightmare or that Markle drank too much. They come up with dozens of different explanations because the truth is just too terrible to bear. Sorry for your loss. Thank you. I loved him so much. I thought we had a life ahead of us. Markle, you're free from the evil. Are you free from the evil influence of the hags? I am. The hags are dead. I am my own man now. What are you two going to do now? I'll bury my husband in the ground, and I'll leave, I'll go wherever the wind takes me, as long as it's far away from the river. I never want to see this place again. We're experienced travelers. We'll be fine wherever we go. We'll head along the Selen towards the river kingdoms, and then find somewhere to settle. Alright, well, see you later. Here, take this. It's an old family heirloom. I don't know how many generations it's been in our family, but now I want you to have it. Take it as a sign of my gratitude. I hope it will help you on your path to victory. Lore Master's Robe. +3 insight on all lore skill checks, and a +2 bonus on reflex saving throws. We'll give it to him. It's a better shirt than what he was wearing.
I lead. You follow.
I wonder if that's just a dead water elemental? Kind of weird.
Onwards.
Make your peace.
I am superior!
I'm going the wrong way, but whatevs. Probably good that I did this.
I will resist.
Die!
You won't survive me.
Let's hear you cry!
Prepare yourself!
Move out!
Teleport to Gloomy Gorge. Someone's on the road. Brothers and sisters, I'm having a vision. I see him. I see the commander, one of our disciples of the Holy Martyr. There he is, standing before me as if we're alive. Hey, Toil, look over there. It's definitely him. Yeah, it's the commander. I swear by the holy tears of the Holy Martyr, it's really him. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, I see him too, but where's the martyr himself? Doesn't seem like a vision. Hey, you're all alive over there. Give us a sign. Chaotic. Heed my words, mortals. I have come to profess... I can't. You can't. Just can't. You should have seen your faces. Oh, you're a joker, all right. It's written in the life of Saint Ember. We all believed Ember, the holy martyr, perished in the abyss along with the commander and her other disciples. Half a year has passed, but if you're alive, what happened to the preacher? Is she still alive? Tetra, what are you doing here? You spared me from before, though I deserved nothing but death. After that, I vowed to dedicate my life to giving you gave me to spread the teachings of our little preacher among the family. Fortunately, I was not alone. What happened to your horns? I broke them off. I'm a human, not a demon. No matter what they say, I'm a human. Were you called a demon because you're a tiefling? Being a tiefling is only half of the problem. The real problem is this. The more evil you do in your life, the less good is expected of you. If you stole yesterday, you will also steal tomorrow. Isn't that fair? But if everyone treats you like garbage, all you can ever be is garbage. And what other choice do you have? If their thief has horns on their head, well, everyone knows what that means. They're a demon. What else could they be? I used to rob and kill, got convicted, sentenced to hard labor, escaped and started over. I thought there was no other path for me. If honest people refuse to accept me, I don't owe them anything. I've done too much evil to repent. I've lived as a demon in the abyss, nothing but evil in my past and in my future. And when I ran into these guys, I heard them praying for demons. Demons' salvation. Well, at first I laughed, and then it hit me. What if I really do have a choice? What if there is something else in life that than this never-ending nightmare? I spoke with those who had seen Ember in the flesh, listened to them recite her sermons from memory, and then I broke off my horns, and with that I broke away from my former life. Why are you calling Ember the Holy Martyr? Everyone knows Ember perished in the abyss along with the commander and her other disciples, and thus became a martyr. Well, or so everyone thought until this day. What do you mean, disciples? Since when am I her disciple? Aren't you? You traveled in her party, listened to her preaching, fought evil at her side. Who are you guys? We call ourselves the Redeemed Brotherhood. Who we are? The short answer is we're all scum. Convicts, deserters, looters, and even a few former cultists. Those who heard our Saint Ember's preaching and decided it wasn't too late to do something better with our lives than throwing them into the abyss. Not all of us were lucky enough to see her in the flesh, of course, but those who heard her sermons passed on her words to others. We even collected her teachings and turned them into a book. Our thinking was, though Ember herself may be gone, well, we all thought she was gone. Her words would live on. They continue to spread and save those who were lost. I used to be a miscreant too before I got my chance to mend my ways. Gods be praised for giving us a second chance. Gods are far away. Better praise the people who help each other than drag themselves out of the dirt. Once there were enough of us, we had the strength to fight back, so that's what we do now. We fight them everywhere we meet them. We didn't go with the queen. We decided someone should stay here and keep an eye on the city and the surrounding area. Turns out we did the right thing since we met you here. Where are you going? We're going to the unholy altar of Baphomet, the one who shattered by the tears of our Ember in the righteous. The surviving Templars, led by the demon Thasgarod, decided that it was time to repair it and start offering up sacrifices again since she was no longer there. They started with our former cultists. They kept them captive and killed them one by one. We don't abandon our own people. We're going to free them and shatter the altar into dust while we're at it, along with the demon and his minions. I won't lie to you, Commander. We could really use some help, but we have no time to gather reinforcements. Every hour we delay could mean the death sentence for one of our brothers and sisters. If you and the preacher decide to help us, we would be grateful till the end of time. If not, we will somehow have to handle it on our own. If you decide to help us after all, remember to bring Ember with you. The demons will run as soon as they see her. Yeah, I will come to your aid. Thank you, Commander. With both you and Ember, the righteous, by our side, we cannot lose. Okay.
Head on!
So I have to do that mission with Ember. Where is Ember's mission? Baphomet Shrine. Got it. Okay. So now we need this. And I guess we'll swap land for Regal. I think that's it. Hell Knight. Hell Knight level 10. Alright, so he's maxed out his Hell Knight level. Do I have boots? I do not. Alright, so he's good. Alright, let's go deal with the Hell Knights.
I lead. You follow.
Skirt. The Hell Knight outpost welcomes you with sharp and inhospitable silence. The tall figures in back, imposing armor tower over you. They are no threats or greetings, nothing at all. Regil takes his place in the formation near the Paralictors, but slightly ahead of them. There is a barely noticeable shift in his posture and demeanor. It's almost as like he's getting ready to perform a wearisome and unpleasant task. You all know why we are gathered here. Today, the Order's emissaries will hear the results of my investigation into the actions of the individual known as the Commander of the Fifth Crusade, as well as decide the fate of said individual. I will hear what you have to say. I will state the facts as they are known to me. You reserve the right to speak in your own defense. His voice remains cold and unpleasantly impersonal. I will start with the main reason for today's assembly. The source of the Commander's supernatural powers has been hidden from us until recently, but now it is clear. The emergence of these abilities was caused by Aurilu Vorlish, a criminal and an enemy that unequivocally and unconditionally must be destroyed. Whether the Commander is her associate or an involuntary tool is yet to be determined. I am neither. Aurilu has no means of controlling me. Any scholar or magic can attest to that. Your openness and appeal to expert opinion and your rational approach do you credit, Commander. They will be taken into account. Let us continue. Aside from the source of power, there is also the matter of its application. I cannot say the Commander has some of his companions... I cannot say the Commander and some of his companions are worse than demons, but they definitely mirror them in certain aspects. Given the level of chaos they create, this is both dangerous and unacceptable. Whatever my power is, I use it only to oppose the world wound and benefit the Crusade. He pays no attention. We must also scrutinize the Commander's temperament. The main question of interest to us is whether we could rely on him as an ally. What if he became a puppet at the hands of our enemies? To determine this, we took the liberty of staging a test that featured several treacherous demons. The result of the test was satisfactory, though it was far from what we expect from a powerful ally. Judge me by my deeds and not from some artificial test. Deeds are not everything. Watching the reaction of an unprepared subject reveals much about their true nature. Enough. We have seen and heard enough. The verdict is clear. What we have heard is sufficient to conclude that the accusations against the Commander are unsubstantiated. Fuck yeah. We have no reason to suspect our ally of treason or associating with Aurilu Vortesh. From now on, the Orders are prepared to provide all possible assistance to the Fifth Crusade. He listens closely, and sometimes nodding with accord with the words of his fellow Paralictal, and then states in a weary and disagreeable voice, I disagree and officially dispute this decision. Do you intend to maintain your cooperation with the individual known as the Commander of the Fifth Crusade, even after everything you have heard? Unbelievable. This is stupid and perfidious decision puts you on the same page with the demonic lackey we have been discussing. Paralictor Durang is correct. Nobody has better knowledge or more in-depth experience with this matter than him. Durang, that's enough. We are not going to argue like cantankerous old men. This decision is final, and you know that you have no means to dispute it. This is correct, I do not. But I have a different way of correcting your stupid childish mistakes. I hereby challenge you to a duel, Commander. This is irresponsible of you, Durang, but lawful. I cannot interfere, even though I very much want to. The Orders refused to support you, and you are making a fool out of yourself to soothe your wounded pride. Such a behavior is not befitting of a Paralictor. That's enough, Regdal. Admit that you have lost. Enough of this farce and this petty squabbling. The verdict has been passed, and it is not subject to appeal. The Hell Knight Orders have no complaints against the Fifth Commander or his crusade. Indeed, we are confident that we can completely trust you, Commander. From this moment, not only will the Hell Knights continue fighting in the World Wound as allies, we shall also put our elite squads under your control. The World Wound must be closed, and we will stand to assist you to the best of our ability. We also apologize for the actions of Paralictor Reginald Durang. He has overstepped his bounds and made a number of other questionable decisions that make us doubt his competence. He is henceforth removed from the command of his chapter and stripped of his Paralictor rank, pending further orders from Godclaw headquarters. Regal's expression on his face is hard to read. He appears unfazed as always. He simply shrugs in response to his words. I hope there will be no further misunderstandings between us. There won't be, Commander. The purpose of this council was to eliminate them. Now no longer a Paralictor, does not move or make a sound, but instead casts a quick glance that lets you know he would like to speak to you in private. I have a feeling that fighting him would have been a bad idea.
I believe I owe you an explanation, Knight Commander.
I'm listening.
First, I'd like to paint you a picture of the situation I found myself in shortly before we met. I was one of the first to receive the information about an individual, supposedly chosen by the gods, who appeared in Canobris. This message was followed by the news that the Queen of Mendev had appointed this person as the commander of the new crusade. The orders reacted in every conceivable way. I imagine that you and anything even remotely related to you was being discussed in every corner of every Hell Knight citadel. I did not have to be present to imagine the words spoken and the suggestions offered, nor the chaos. The orders often cannot agree, even among themselves. Anticipating the upcoming arguments, I submitted a petition and volunteered to attach myself to the new commander in order to assess his leadership and discover the true nature of his powers. But a good strategist looks far into the future. The role I gave myself was just the beginning. I watched and prepared contingency plans for every potential turn of events, such as if you turned out to be a menace that must be destroyed, or if you turned out to be a valuable asset and our best hope of triumphing over the abyssal host, an ally who must be supported, no matter the cost. I have been a Hell Knight for most of my life. I know the orders like the back of my hand. All our might, determination, and glory, as well as our weaknesses. Unfortunately, it was clear that not all of us would appreciate the tremendous potential of such an important piece showing up on the board. I could write dozens of reports, give you the most stellar of testimonies, and that still wouldn't be enough to convince the skeptics.
And what would you put in these reports? What is your honest opinion of me?
I believe you are our best chance of healing the world wound once and for all. But there is more. I see you not as a tool or a game piece, but as an ally. And a commander with great leadership potential. Which is why it is so important to remove the division between you and the orders.
What would the consequences of Hell Knight's disapproval be?
For you, the worst-case scenario would have involved a war on two fronts. Having said that, I do not think things would have gone that far. You have proven yourself to be an ally to the entire world, not a threat to it. Still, even the loss of support from the Hell Knights, or the hostility of individual highly aggressive orders, could have cost your crusade dearly. I wanted to avoid that crisis.
So he was pretending to be the extremist side of their orders in order for it to get shut down here and not have that continue to go on, I bet.
Only a military tribunal would be able to resolve the issues between the Crusade commander and the Hell Knights. As formal a hearing as possible, to assure the orders they had considered the case and had the chance to pronounce a verdict. The occasion also called for a sacrifice. A symbolic victim would reinforce the impression of a successful trial and a unanimous decision. Nothing bolsters the reputation of the accused like the public humiliation of their accuser. I was the obvious choice for the role. So I organized this tribunal and did my best to ensure that the paralictors arrived at the only correct decision, given the circumstances. Of course, this meant that my reputation would be destroyed, and I would be stripped of my rank. But that's inconsequential. Such losses are acceptable. I make no great fuss about the bleaching, but I do realize the full scope of its effects. The Fifth Crusade is quite possibly my last campaign. The pressures of time push people to extreme measures, and I am no exception. My aim was more than simply to prevent the Hell Knights from rallying against you. I wanted to strengthen your alliance, to give you a powerful army, a strong asset in the confrontation with the Abyssal host. My gambit was successful. I am satisfied.
Thank you, Regil. I appreciate your sacrifice.
Your gratitude is unnecessary. I did what had to be done. Now that we are entirely clear, let us return to the main objective. I still hope to see the matter of the World Root resolved once and for all.
Okay, cool. Well, that was easy. The Wrecking Devil. A gnomed hook hammer. Nice. All right. Easy enough. So it's not exactly what I thought, but it was on par with what I was guessing. He needed to be the fool who was defeated in order to make it that much more obvious that I was not a threat. This. I'm gonna get rid of him and bring in Ember. A level 9 spell. I like Elemental Swarm because I can throw it out during like long boss fights. Dragon Burial Ground. Where's the other place I need to go? Baphomet Shrine. Let's go up to Dragon Burial Ground, I guess. Let's save.
All this waiting bores me.
Yo, there's a fucking dragon there. Hakugal. Stop him. The silver dragon raises his head, but he's too weak. He is a priest of Dahak. He wants to take the child. I'm Hakugal Ruzef, the protector of this cave. I beseech you, help me. Vanquish him and protect the child. The black dragon turns slowly in your direction. There you are, Commander, right on time. We need to finish off this worm before more of them appear. What child? Who are you talking about? The greatest treasure of dragonkind. Blah, 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 blah. The divine offspring. He has been asleep in his egg for centuries, waiting. Waiting to usher in a new era for dragonkind. Look at the bones scattered around you. These are the remains of those who fought for the right to keep the sacred child. And today, the metallic dragons will lose this right. The chromatic dragons will be the new guardians of the divine offspring. Oh, God. The greatest treasure of dragonkind? I think you're, what's the word again? Exaggerating? Lathamus, you're a dragon? Did you enjoy my little charade? I know how warmbloods feel about black dragons. I can imagine the kind of reception I would have had if I had appeared to you in my true form, but I didn't lie to you about my work. I wish to change the future for our kind. The metallic dragons are hiding away something that is rightfully belongs to all dragons, and I'm here to retrieve it. You've come to seize the child, to make him a monster just like your master, Dahak. Do you think you can disguise your true intentions with this talk of fairness? Your soul is rotten to the core. Yeah, okay. I'll help you, Hakugal. I don't have the strength to fight, but please defeat him and take the egg. You have my blessing. You'll pay for this, Commander.
Cut them to pieces!
Lathamus initiative check. 7. Good. Who is this? Oh, Lan. If I do this, can I get 6 shots off? No, I'd have to move a lot. What's your 53 armor class? Can you delay until after him? And then you delay until after both of them go. You grapple him. Okay, I hit him, but I didn't grapple him.
Endure this!
Desna, guide my hand!
I was never good at stealth, but I'll try.
Run them!
Make every strike count.
Make your peace.
I was never good at stealth. I'll try.
Go see if the egg is unharmed.
Move out!
Hold on a second. Goggles of piercing gaze? +1 insight on attack and damage rolls against outsiders, as well as a +10 competency to persuasion. Who has a really high persuasion? 1537. Him? What are your glasses? Oh, yeah, your glasses suck. Let's give you these. It's got so many stacking abilities. It's okay. Now his persuasion's 42. Sick. As soon as you touch the egg, it cracks. You watch as small, strong wings break through the shell, and then a tiny iridescent dragon emerges. He stretches as though he has woken up from a long sleep and looks at you questioningly with his big violet eyes. He's a bit scary, but cute. Hi there, little one. Don't worry, I won't let anyone hurt you. The dragon lets out a happy little squeak and flaps his wings. His gleaming scales are the color of gold. He's watching you closely, and when you look into his eyes, a shiver runs down your spine. This is an ancient, powerful creature, a creature as old as time itself. He looks as if he's about to collapse. The sacred child. Oh my god, it's Jaharxel Gax Aglamorn Landry. You little wonder. You finally decided to make your appearance. He's not even 100 years old yet, and you've already given him a name that will take 100 years to say? I'm so sorry, little guy.